Don't worry, guys. Like Man of Steel answers, I will be debunking a lot of these false rumors out there. Some of the stuff out there is true, but it's stuff that we already know, and I'm going to go into that because I find that this scapegoating that people have is destructive. And I've seen it before, and I'm not going to allow it to take root and effect. Let's get into, though, some fanboy moments here. Here is the design, the concept art for Batman suit that almost perfectly becomes the Batman suit. I think this is just so awesome. J.S. Marantes, he says, always an honor to work on a bat suit. I had an incredible time working for costume designer Michael Wilkinson in London with the amazing crew at Warner Brothers Leaves Dent Studios. The artists on this show really brought it. Thanks to Brooke Edibs and Hodge 101 and Mark Trunk for being so friendly. I think I was in the UK for a couple of months after working with the great LA team. Constantine Sikaris, P. Bout, Ian Joy, Nerat, and Kelton Cram. Special thanks to Stephanie Porter, the assistant costume designer that balanced her incredibly challenging job with babysitting me and making sure I didn't get lost writing the tubes. Hashtag DC Comics, hashtag DC Cinematic Universe, hashtag Wonder Woman, hashtag Cyborg, hashtag Aquaman, hashtag Flash, hashtag Steppenwolf, hashtag Parademons, hashtag Kirby, hashtag ZBrush, hashtag Costume, hashtag ZBrush Sculpt, hashtag Keyshot. Yeah, man. He did a marvelous job with the Batman concept art. I'm not going to lie to you, because almost the entire thing actually ended up being in the costume, which was dope. The tactical costume. Which leads me to Mezco Toys Tactical Suit Batman. Woo! Look at this thing. Woo! 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 Now, Mezco Toys, sometimes the joints are just too wide and bulky. But in this picture, this thing looks tight, man. And look at the accessories you get. Of course, it's for $80. So, and this is a 1/12 scale. That's like the size of a DC collectible toy. The small ones, the smallest ones, the 6-inch tall ones. So this is a tiny little thing, and yet it has all this articulation. You'll see what I'm talking about. Hot Toys is good, but I think Mezco Toys actually touches the cake right now, and they're cheaper. Okay. So you get with this Batman, you get his grappling gun with the 3 hooks. You get also 3 grenades right here. And you also get 3 batarangs and an alternative head. Wow. You get 6 pairs of hands and interchangeable hands. And then you got a 7th one right there. And you get 2 sets of goggles. Isn't that crazy? As well as a parademon rifle. Dude! Isn't that crazy? Here he is posing, man. Look at the Batman. Oh, look at this. Mezco Toys, baby. Man, I would love to get this Batman. I would love to get this Batman. Ah! Look at him. Look at him posing on that gargoyle there. Man, look at him flying through the air. Look at him. Ah! Woo! I tell you, man, that is some posing right there. And I like his background, too. Looks really, really good, man. Looks really, really good. Really, really good. Remember, this is a tiny little figure. Only 6 inches tall. It looks like Ben Affleck, too. Look at that. Look at that thing. Ah, look at that. That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. I got one more for you guys, and that's the Aquaman. And again, the likeness of the face sculpt, I thought for Wonder Woman and for Batman and for Superman, I thought they weren't bad. Mezco Toys really does a pretty good job. And this is Aquaman here. He has 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, as you can see down below here. He also has this, Batman calls it a pitchfork. And he's also got a mother box right there. And of course the stand, the Justice League stuff. So here he is now, his movements, okay? His articulation. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. And it kind of resembles Jason Momoa from afar. Yeah, look at that. Ah! Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I think that is some fantastic sculpting there. Some fantastic work. Mezco Toys 1/12 figure. Finally, this is supposed to be funny. It's not if you think about it too much. But if you don't, then it can at first be funny. So here we have Bruce Wayne. So they give the younger actors and they calling them by the names of the characters from the comic book. So you have Bruce Wayne here, you have Barry Allen, Diana, you have Arthur Curry, you have Clark Kent. But then you have Victor Stone. But of course Victor Stone would be a human, right? Because he only later on in his life he actually interfaced with alien technology to become cyborg. So, you know, that doesn't quite compute, folks. Nice try, though. Nice try. Now, I said I will be doing a video debunking a lot of these rumors out there. One of them that I heard floating around, and I just checked John Campia's channel, was that Kevin Suchiara, this is from The Wrap, Kevin Suchiara, it was rumored, really wanted to get Justice League done this year because he wanted to get his bonus. Now, that sounds, you know, it sounds outrageous to start with, but here's the problem I have with that thing. See, I'm a critical thinker. And of course, this is not verifiable. Here's the problem with that. If Kevin Suchiara and some of the executives, they wanted to have Justice League done this year. It wasn't Zack Snyder that told them to do it this year. No, it was them, right? They wanted this year because they wanted their bonuses, right? Why were they forking out all that money for Joss Whedon to do reshoots and whatever else he needed to do? Why would they do that? Why don't they just conserve the money so they can get their bonuses off of that? I'm just saying. So it doesn't make sense that Warner Brothers would pour out all that money, knowing it's harder to make a profit that way, and they're supposed to make money off of profits, right? So Kevin Suchiara is not going to make a dime if Justice League doesn't turn a profit, right? So why would you have a movie come out this year if you know that you're not going to make any money off of it by rushing it, and you're not going to turn a profit off of it because it's got inflated cost? So what's Kevin Suchiara trying to do? Where's he going to get his bonus from? And is the bonus that much? So I don't think that makes sense. And as much as people are trying to villainize Kevin Suchiara right now, I don't think that makes sense. I think the dialogue that they gave, the narrative that they gave, that Zack Snyder passed the baton to Joss Whedon, makes more sense to me. And Zack even made a statement saying that these are my friends. He even made a statement saying these are my friends. That's why I'm not going to interrupt and get involved in the process. And Zack went back to just dealing with his family and so on. So I just don't believe that. I believe it's a lie. And whoever's circulating that lie, they may have a bone to pick with the executives of Kevin Suchiara or Warner Brothers. Okay? Now people are saying that Warner Brothers rushed this movie. That's the stupidest, jackassest thing I've ever heard. Because the process that Warner Brothers uses, they screen movies to audiences. The way Kevin Suchiara and all these other people say it's going to be 2 hours or whatever is because when they screen people, they say, oh, the movie was a little bit too long or whatever in the screenings. Or they get feedback from BVS, or they get feedback from another movie saying it was a little bit too long. And that's how they do it. They data collect. That's all Warner Brothers does. I'm going to be honest with you guys once again, and I'm going to tell you what happened with this film. What happened with this film is negative rumors about the film, which people did not take time to cross-check and cross-examine, were allowed to blossom and grow, and Warner Brothers did not cater for that blowback. They had catered for everything else. They had screened it. Marvel and DC fans loved the movie. And 9 out of 10 people will tell you they liked the movie or they loved the movie. It got a B+ cinema score, which tells you people liked the movie. So it's not that this movie was a bad movie. And there's very little criticism people can have, except that the pace of it was pretty rapid, but that's what kept you in the movie. It was pretty straightforward, so people could follow it. It was pretty clear, so you could actually follow the action in it. It was dramatic. It had a little humor in it, and it actually made you feel hopeful when you left the movie. So it accomplished its purpose. So for them to say anything about the movie, they know they couldn't do that. So what these rumor mill people, these detractors of the movie did, was they pit fans against the movie by pitting directors against each other and pitting WB against Zack Snyder, as if Zack Snyder was being treated badly and unfairly by WB, when that was not the case. That was not the case. But don't worry. Like I said, this is a special week, and it's the turning of a tide. And I will put out the video debunking all of these claims that are mostly false. There are some claims that carry weight. When I talk about my friend Andre Oliver, he said he found that the movie was a bit pacey. Okay? He said, you know, it was kind of, he felt like the runtime was a little too fast for him. But it wasn't really too fast, in my opinion, but I still see it as credible. That's a credible critique, okay, where you wanted to see more of certain things, and things that you saw in the trailer, not all of them were in there, but like I said before, in my counterpoint, if everything in the trailers was in the movie, then you would have talked about Batman v Superman, that this was really an ad, a music video with connecting trailers together. So we don't want that. So Warner Bros. Learned their lesson, and they did the best they could. But now they have to understand that they also need to have PR to shut these rumors down. Up to this day, Warner Bros. Has not put out a statement concerning this movie. Neither Toby Emmerich or Zack Snyder have said anything to note. Joss Whedon has made a comment showing everybody how wrong they were about him. And now Zack Snyder needs to make a comment. You guys need to work as a team. Warner Brothers, Zack Snyder, Jeff Johns, John Berg. You guys need to come out with a united statement. Or whatever statement you want to come out with. But come out with a statement. That will put to rest this debate. In the meantime, I shall push on. Okay? I think the actors are going to say certain things about the movie. But at the end of the day, it does not matter that it was Joss Whedon or Zack Snyder that did this movie, which clearly was a Zack Snyder movie, but nonetheless. What is important is that you enjoyed the movie. And if you enjoyed the movie, why are you behaving like a sourpuss jackass, spewing negative things about it, and trying to go into the rumor mill about what happened in the making of it, especially when the majority of what you say is rumors. It is not factual at all. Now, I did a take of this video before in which I found myself very negative and very abusive towards the so-called Zack Snyder fans. But I held back myself. The fake outrage that happened with this movie, it will never again happen if the DCEU moves forward. I will ensure that it never happens again. Okay? And we will form groups. Aquaman's the next movie. If this movie makes it to $1 billion, Aquaman's the next movie, or close to $1 billion. Aquaman's the next movie on the list. And I guarantee you, I will be like a watchdog. I will be like the avenging angel on anyone. Well, I'll have to see the movie first. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense being an avenging angel. But we're going to set up a group and set up things in place to make sure that what happened with Wonder Woman happens with the rest of these movies. The critics, I have no control over what the critics think. But I definitely have control over how information comes out about this movie that's credible. When there's credible information, I will confirm it, and I will make sure the network of people around me confirms it. This must never happen again. Never. We already know the DC universe, DC Extended Universe, is always under attack. It's special. It's different. So people are always going to feel offended and want to attack it. But we have to, as DCEU fans, you know, there's a Zack Snyder film called 300. And you know where the king, it was just 300 men against the whole entire Persian army. Very inspirational. It's kind of, sort of semi-quasi history. Do you know what the leader of those Spartans said? I'm gonna make the war cry right here. This is Sparta! This is Sparta! And I'm gonna say this loud and clear. This is the DCU! The DC Extended Universe. And I will fight to defend it. If the movies are good. If you hear me say the movie was shit, don't expect me to defend that. I'm an honest guy. But when the movies are good, I will defend them. You better believe it. And I will fight for them. I will fight for them. This is the DCEU. What it has to offer, no other cinematic universe has even dared to offer. And so, it must be preserved. I don't have a problem with a Zack Snyder cut. See him fully actualize his vision. Even though I know it'll take him a little while to get it going. I don't have a problem with it though. But not at the DCEU's expense. This movie must make its money. And if they have money to give Zack Snyder to finish off his cut, so be it. But this is too damn good a movie and represents too many good things for me to just sit idly by and watch it burn. Hell to the no. We will fight. You guys have a great one.